Welcome to Change Pace Poetry number 48. I'm Leland Jamieson. I'll read two poems this morning which are related in a way that you will soon understand. The first of these is called How Deep the Night. The scene is dusk, 2 days past Christmas. We're standing in a long registration line at a global world peace conference at Ohio University in Athens, Ohio. How deep the night. You, your friend, and I. Too cold to snow, the cloudy day felt sad. We stood in line on Athens' windiest hill, you bundled to your cheeks in black watch plaid, your blue eyes watering in the zero chill. I spoke. Your fisheye contacts, girlfriend, shrill in her appearance, manner, and her voice, imposed herself on me, gave me no choice. Again, to her, as well as you, I spoke. I listened close and hard to her remarks, while you stood silent, stolid as an oak. At last your name, sweet as two meadowlarks, escaped her lips in golden gliding arcs. To you, could I meet you for supper? 6? Thank you, but I'm a weary ton of bricks. I'm skipping supper for a long night's sleep. All right, get lots of Z's. I found my room, dropped off my grip, and thought to take a peep about the campus. What? You sat in gloom upon your suitcase. Fish eyes threatened doom. How will you get your beauty sleep if you won't drag yourself to bed, some flopperoo? Hello again, I said. May I assist you with your bag? The cops won't let you in. Could take it to the door. If you insist. Past a stone bench and at the door. No din? Too tired. Keep up your strength and then turn in? That's a thought. Okay. Great. Right here at 6? How haltingly the second hand now ticks. First date. The bitter cold of howling night's north wind blew through me on that backless bench of stone for 60 minutes. I was so chagrined, chilled to my bones' deep marrow, I felt thrown. I'd left short notes, 3, with the dorm cop crone. Our dinner date, is it still on tonight? Perhaps you're saying, scram, go fly a kite. You. The rail coach fare from Boston, it was cheap, meant we'd no sleep. So cold in that long line, so warm this sudsy tub. Was I asleep? Who banged the door? My water's cold, malign. Who called my name? Some boy wants you to dine with him, but wonders should he fly a kite. Tell him I'm coming, I'll just have a bite. I spotted you hunched over on that bench and braced myself to tell the simple fact. I'm sorry I threw you a monkey wrench. I climbed down in a nice hot tub and sacked. Fell sound asleep. Woke up when someone whacked the door, read out your note. Forgive me, please. It's so cold out. I hope you didn't freeze. We. I do. Thinking of you, I'm warm. Let's eat. And arm in arm against the cold, we two strode down the hill and stepped across the street where J's and K's stood in a short, neat queue. Inside, deep warmth. Broiled chicken halves, beaucoup. You looked dismayed. Too much, I couldn't hope. I'll cut, remove some. Would that help you cope? I hailed a busboy for an extra plate. Prefer the breast and wing or leg and thigh? The breast alone, I think, would be just great. I took your knife and fork, aligned my eye, severed the thigh and wing, and put them by. Perhaps now this won't kill your appetite. How late we walked and talked. How deep the night. Now this next poem is a sequel to what I just read, about 6 months later in early summer in Boston, Massachusetts. Perplexed, I tried to mind my P's and Q's. How make that first impression good, a whirl with all your kin at dinner? Dared not lose you, pearl of my heart, by coming off a churl. I could not reckon what to make of it. On 7 faces lurked a fleeting curl of quivering lips. Yours too. All eyes were lit with smiles. 14 clenched fists. How read the gist? All forks and knives straight up. Where was my wit? About to ape you all, I flexed each wrist. Your dad looked round. Stroke, he cried. All fell to on chicken casserole and reminisced with chortles how it was you passed the cue and played this joke on first-time guests for dinner. Phil brought it home from training table. Crew. They won the Henley Cup. Our Phil, a winner. You see? Your mom said, pointing with a smile. Yet what most eased my angst was rather inner. Fisting his knife and fork in comic style, your dad had gazed at me with warmth and winked. And I dared hope he'd walk you down the aisle. That's it for today's readings from VITRO, 2 poems that led to my engagement to my wife of 50 some odd years. Now, before I go, I want to remind you or invite you to visit my website, Jamieson's Poetry, because there you will find an archive of all of these change-paced poetry videos, including the text beneath each. So you can overcome the frailties of my poor pronunciation by being able to read the text as you listen, if you choose. I hope you do, and explore the other resources that you will find. Meanwhile, thank you very much for joining me at Change Pace Poetry.